You can have a $1,000 sleeping bag. You can wear the most expensive merino wool layers on the market. You can build a shelter that looks like a fortress. But if you don't understand the second law of thermodynamics, you are going to freeze to death. Here is the brutal reality that most survivalists ignore. Cold is not a physical thing. It doesn't enter your body. Cold is simply the absence of heat. What kills you isn't the winter air invading your jacket. It is your own body heat escaping into the void. Right now, 90% of preppers are setting themselves for a catastrophic failure. They are fighting the weather when they should be fighting physics. In this video, we aren't reviewing gear. We are breaking down the physics of dying. We are going to expose the invisible killers, conduction, entropy, and density. And then, we are going to reveal the terrifying truth about fire. Because if you survive the freezing, the way you try to warm up might be the thing that finally stops your heart. Welcome to the science of survival. To understand why people die in the wilderness, you have to understand the universe's favorite rule, entropy. Nature hates concentrated energy. Your body is a biological heat engine running at roughly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The winter air outside is a massive vacuum. It is effectively trying to suck that energy away until you reach equilibrium with the environment. In a survival situation, equilibrium means death. Most people treat insulation like a shield. They think, if I wear this heavy jacket, I am warm. That is a lie. Insulation does not create heat. It only slows down the rate at which you lose it. If your metabolic furnace goes out, that jacket is nothing more than a body bag. Heat escapes the human body using 4 specific highways. If you block 3 of them but leave one open, you don't just get cold, you enter the early stages of hypothermia in under an hour. Let's talk about the first and most common killer, conduction. This is heat transfer through direct contact. In the physics of survival, solid matter is your enemy. Imagine you are lying in a sleeping bag rated for -20 degrees, but you are lying directly on the frozen ground. The Earth is a massive thermal sink. Because the mass of the Earth is effectively infinite compared to your body, it will absorb your heat forever and never get warmer. Here is the physics trap most people fall into: compression. Down feathers and synthetic fibers work by trapping dead air. Air is a terrible conductor of heat, which makes it a fantastic insulator. But the moment you lie on your sleeping bag, you crush that airspace. Beneath your body weight, that expensive insulation becomes as thin as a sheet of paper. Via conduction, your body heat bypasses the bag entirely and dumps directly into the ice. This is why a sleeping pad is more scientifically important than the bag itself. Without that gap, conduction will drain your core temperature faster than the air ever could. But let's say you survive the night. You wake up shivering, your hands are numb, your core temperature has dropped to 95 degrees, you are entering moderate hypothermia. Suddenly, you find a cabin, or you manage to start a massive fire. Your instinct screams one thing: get warm fast. So you sit right next to the roaring flames. You feel the heat hit your skin. You sigh in relief. And 5 minutes later, your heart stops beating. You collapse, dead. You didn't freeze to death. The fire killed you. This is the part nobody tells you. Most preppers think fire is the ultimate solution. But if you don't understand fluid dynamics and human biology, heat is a traitor. To understand why you just died in front of a warm fire, we have to look inside your veins. When you were freezing, your body engaged a protocol called vasoconstriction. It shut down blood flow to your arms and legs to save the heart. It turned your limbs into a cold shell. The blood sitting in your legs stopped moving. It became thick, acidic,
and filled with toxic metabolic waste. As long as that poison stays in your legs, you are alive. But then you sat by the fire. Your skin sensors felt the heat. Your brain thought, we are safe, so it opened the floodgates. This is called vasodilation. Suddenly, that massive volume of ice-cold, toxic blood rushes back to your heart. This is the physics trap known as the afterdrop. Your core temperature plummets after you start warming up. The cold blood shocks the cardiac muscle. Your heart stutters, arrhythmia sets in, and then silence. Rescuers call this rewarming shock. You died because you tried to fix a physics problem with a hammer instead of a wrench. Let's assume you survive the heart attack. You make the next common amateur mistake. You work too hard for the heat. You chop wood, you drag logs, you sit so close to the fire that you start to roast. You start to sweat. In physics, a phase change requires massive amounts of energy. To turn just 1 gram of water from liquid to gas takes about 540 calories of heat energy. Where does that energy come from? It is stolen directly from your skin. The old survival adage says, you sweat, you die. Scientifically, that is accurate. Water conducts heat 25 times faster than air. While you're by the fire, you feel great, but eventually the fire dies down or you have to move away. Now your base layer is soaked. This is flash cooling. It acts like a refrigerator coil, sucking the remaining heat out of your core. You go from too hot to hypothermic in less than 10 minutes. The fire deceived you. It made you wet so the cold could kill you later. And finally, the most terrifying trap of all, the one that happens inside your mind. Paradoxical undressing. This is the final stage of freezing, and it happens right before the end. As your body fails, the muscles controlling your blood vessels become exhausted. They've been constricted for hours. Suddenly, they give up. They snap open. That last reserve of warm blood rushes from your core to your skin. You are freezing to death, but you suddenly feel incredibly hot. You feel like you are burning up, so you start to take your clothes off. Rescuers often find victims of hypothermia naked in the snow, their clothes folded neatly beside them. They died believing they were too hot. It's the brain's final tragic hallucination before the lights go out. So, how do we hack the physics to survive? It comes down to a 3-part system designed to counter the laws of heat loss. Number 1, stop conduction. Never touch the ground. Use a pad. Sit on your pack. Isolate yourself from the infinite heat sink. Number 2, manage moisture. Hydrophobic base layers only. Wool or polyester. Never cotton. Cotton kills. If you sweat, vent immediately. And number 3, rewarm from the inside. If you are hypothermic, do not bake your skin. Drink warm, sugary liquids. Fuel the metabolic furnace. Put heat sources on your chest and armpits, never your hands and feet. Fuel the engine, not the tires. Survival isn't about buying the most expensive parka on Amazon. It's about understanding thermal regulation. It's about looking at a piece of ground and thinking that is a heat sink, or looking at a fire and thinking that is a biological trap. When you respect the physics, the cold is manageable. When you ignore the physics, the cold is lethal. If you want to dive deeper into the science of survival and see us test these theories in real-world scenarios, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't let entropy win. Stay warm and stay safe.